What's up everyone and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Banished. So let's continue where we left off here, and we're still looking for a bigger labor pool here. Unfortunately, in the last episode we had our teacher perish, and we had no spare laborers to fill that position, so all our students entered our labor pool as uneducated laborers. We have put them to work. We had, actually, let's start the game here. We have enough time to talk it through. So, we had like a burst of 6 additional laborers, one of which we assigned to the Forester's Lodge. We assigned one to the sawmill here, so that hopefully will take care of our firewood problem. And actually, it's early summer, he's still producing. So let's go to the farm supplier here, and let's add some of that firewood into its inventory. So there you go. Let's see, we have almost 800. So let's pick up all of that, and hopefully our 3 people working in the sawmill here can backfill that before we get into the winter period here, or autumn. We used it a little bit earlier, but that's okay. And I think having that additional firewood right here, we should up this to, let's say, 1000 eventually, because we do want to have enough firewood in here so we can make the trade for cotton as soon as we can. We don't have it just yet, but we have placed a few orders and traders are coming by periodically, so that's going to be real good, and that's going to solve our clothing problem here. We still have 19, roughly around 20, but I do not want to be dependent on the leather that we create right here. The sooner we can move off leather, the better. So yeah, we have 4 wheat productions. We were finally able to purchase some wheat, and we also assigned someone to work in the watermill. We added 4 farmers in total, 1 person in the watermill right there, and 1 baker right there. Let's see how much flour we have. 122. Hopefully that'll be able to sustain the 1 baker right here. And let's see what... Yeah, so one thing I was able to do is to look into, let's say, the ratio between farmers, how much wheat they can produce, and how much gets used up in the watermill. And it seems as though at least most of our wheat farms here, or some of them, were able to produce 800. Just a little bit north of 800, but let's call it 800. Let's see, what did you produce? 600, but they still live a bit far away, I think. Well, not really. But let's call it 800 per crop field here. That means that if you were able to produce, let's call this 200 for quick maths here. So if you were able to produce 200 flour with just 1 miller working there, and that 1 unit of flour costs us 20 wheat, that means that in total this miller consumes about 4000 wheat here. And 4000 wheat divided by 800, assuming that that's going to be the standard output of a crop field that is growing it, that means that 1 miller can actually sustain 5 crop fields here. That's pretty good. I have no idea how much flour this consumes for hardtack bread. It's probably somewhere out there on the forums, but I haven't been able to check so far. But let's keep an eye on that as well. We can just see how much wheat we end up with at every season, and that should give us an approximation of how much it uses. So let's actually speed this up here. We're still waiting on these students to become laborers. But again, we're setting up for more growth here. So these are going to take care of our clothing problem. If we have all these plantations growing cotton, the cotton being turned into cloth right here, and then the cloth be turned into clothing right here. Currently we're out of leather, as usual. So this is going to take care of our clothing problem for a long time. We have built all the necessary buildings to turn this wheat into food too. And let's look at our food graph. That should look pretty nice. Well, it's still going up, but yeah, we can expand to support a larger population. And then we also have our tools right here. Or at least, you know, iron we can produce as soon as we have the people. And that's gonna, let's see, we're at 275 stored minerals and ores. So I'm assuming that's gonna be all iron ore here, 27. Yeah, maybe a little bit, 5 units of something else. What would that be? 275, yeah, so... Oh, it's probably salt. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think that's gonna be it. Food limit 20,000. Let's switch to 50,000. Why not? I do not want the farmers to stop working. Excuse me. So yeah, the only thing that we really need to worry about here is clothing and a steady supply of tools. It's going to be dependent on the iron we produce right here. But again, our bottleneck is laborers here, because we currently do not have people working in that. We cannot assign too many people here. Also, our teacher, 61 years old. That means that she might not, he or she, I'm actually not sure. Let's check out this laborer first. Or this trader. Horses. No, thank you. Not right now. So as we were saying, let's see here, this teacher. 65, yeah, she's getting up there. Well, again, is it a she? I don't know. It is. Not happy at all. Okay. That's horrendous. Not really sure what's causing that. Okay, more students, 11 children. That's actually a pretty big growth spurt right there. How are we doing on homes? 25 homes, 12 families. Yeah, we should hold off on building any more homes for right now. Let's stabilize. We're set up for a lot of growth here. This is going to put a lot of pressure on both my clothing and tools. We keep having to up the food limit, so I'm not too worried about running out of food anytime soon. We're also overproducing firewood. Yes, we are. Let's see here. Let's go to the production tab. We consume 570. But we produce 700. So yeah, that's gonna give us some room to maneuver here. How much do you have? 700. Let's move that to 1,000 right away. We're getting into late winter, meaning that the seasons that are right around the corner won't require a lot of use for that fuel, so I might as well take that opportunity to stock this to where it needs to be. Let's actually be a little bit smart about this. Let's make it 1,300. We have enough logs. We have 3 people working in the sawmill. We should be able to tide over that small period of time. And I'd hate to have a trader come by, have our cotton seeds, and we're short by like 100 firewood. And then up it to make sure that we have enough firewood. In the meantime, as the trader is picking up all that material, the trader leaves because it took too long. I'm gonna keep this laborer for now, because this teacher is really getting up there in age. And I'm really glad that this edibles lean-to is able to store wheat. I was really afraid that I had to, that I was going to be forced to remove all these and build the grain version right here. Can hold flour though, that's pretty cool. Okay, 4 hearts, 4.5 happiness. So yeah, our happiness is starting to trend up. took a big hit when our teacher passed away here, and we were unable to backfill that position. So that's gonna take a little bit more time here. But that means we have upside basically everywhere, because the more educated people are, so also on average, that means upside to all our production here. And there we go, our first labor that has graduated under our new teacher. Llamas? No, thank you. Oh, a crop field. So let's harvest that right away. Let's also harvest you. I do not want that to spread. Well, we can speed it up. Hopefully this infestation will go away. If it is persistent, we're just gonna have to switch out these crop fields to, let's say, these two. A little bit further away. But we need to contain the spread here. Yeah, 3 laborers, that's gonna do for now. You're still at 100 tools here. Let's actually up that to 200. With 3 laborers, I don't need the additional help from the blacksmith here. I'd rather be a little bit safer on the tools end. Okay, still 400 firewood. Are you anywhere close? Oh yes, you're doing real good. Only need 105. So how many people can work here? 3. And it's going to be 5 crop fields to 1 miller. Wow. That's a lot, really. So assuming I do not do this, it's going to be 3, that's going to be like 15 crop fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to be like 14 crop fields here. So if we're going to produce all wheat here, we might be able to replicate it all the way to the bottom left side here. And that's going to be enough wheat/flour production, or wheat production, to have both watermills completely filled to the brim with people. Okay, luckily that infestation didn't take too much of our production away. Are you filled up? 90%. So what's our flour looking like? It's getting up there. That means that we might actually want to add 1 more baker. If we needed to, but our food seems to be pretty good. Yeah, that's real good. A merchant? Cotton seeds, that's excellent. 1251. So let's pick up this cotton seed right here. Let's pay the man. Say 1250. Trade dismiss. Go to inventory. And I think I'm not going to be purchasing anything for now, at least not with firewood. So let's give the firewood a chance to really build some inventory right now. And now that I have this one, I might want to start growing cotton right here. We can spare the 1 additional labor, I think. I hope. So, where are we gonna build a home for you? Because this is gonna be quite... Assuming that it even lives there. It's right there. Okay, that's not actually too far away. Pretty good. Our laborers are starting to flow in. Daryl the woodcutter has died of old age, but Beverly replaced Daryl as a woodcutter. Okay. So, I don't have any spare laborers, because I'm gonna have to keep 1 in case this teacher dies. Let's see. 41 right now. Okay, so some people have changed professions there, so that's good. Less chance of them perishing of old age. Something else might happen, of course, but old age is going to be a a little bit less likely. So that's gonna give us cotton. So that means that eventually I might want to start well, not have to, but want to turn on its weavers, and we can build up some, well, not some, but actually a lot of clothing. And we're gonna pick up that clothing and put it into the farm supplier here. And once we are set for clothing, we can basically trade for anything we want. So, but before we start purchasing seeds, the ideal situation is that I'm gonna have to, let's see, how much is that? Yeah, I think these 4, maybe these 2. So I'm gonna at least, at the very least, need 8 more farmers right here. And then of course 2 more millers, as well as, well, maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 bakers. But 6 is gonna be our max, if I'm assuming. Yes. We can still bid additional bakeries here. But yeah, okay, so in terms of purchasing things, we're set for now. So that's gonna be a little bit relief on the firewood. Food is doing real good. So I'm thinking, yeah, 1 more person here. After which, I think we might want to start turning on these mines here. So if you're going to be iron, you're going to be our coal mine. Well, let's keep it at 5, and you at 3. Just as a precaution here, to make sure that we get the balance right. It doesn't really matter how high you set your maximum number of miners to be able to work here, especially that we don't have any laborers to start to work there in the first place. Good, an additional laborer. You still have to mine. Yeah. Excuse me. There's no need to turn on the weavers right now. We don't have any cloth anyway. It's not going to take too long, but again. 14 leather, 500 bison meat. There. And also, I read somewhere that it takes at least 10 animals. So let's take this bison here for example. That it's gonna at least take 20 total bison to split it into 2. So 2 parts, 10 equal. Excuse me. So we're gonna need 20 people, 20 bison in total. So we can split that herd in 2. Creating 2 parties of 10 bison each, and if we are able to make that split, we don't need to purchase any additional bison, because we can just split that herd in 2 and move it to another pasture. Never tried that. I'm curious to see how that works. Still with the wheat seeds, yeah. Let's change that. We don't really need that right now. Thank you anyway. We already have that. So, yeah, we have 3 laborers right now, 1 builder. A laborer has died of old age. That's unfortunate. Let's put on the weavers anyway. And let's switch you over. Don't need to use leather anymore. And let's start producing full coats here. And use that cloth from our weavers. So this is looking pretty good. It should at least sort out this clothing here. Yeah, it's a good thing we started producing cloth right now, because this is not looking too good. What's your limit set at? 100. Yeah, let's make it 1000 right away. We're going to be using full coats as a trading vehicle to purchase all the other seeds that we need to. And let's see here. Let's wait for this labor pool to catch up a little bit. 10 children, 10 students. Yeah, so that means that I'm gonna have to turn on this fuel refinery as well as this mine. After which we have 166 tools, or 170 as we speak. That should be enough to tide us over when we start producing iron tools here. So let's see, where are you? Right here, blacksmith. Because it will take more time to produce iron tools as compared to rough tools. So that's gonna have, well, the effect's gonna be that we're gonna have a small dip in our tools here, but we're sitting at 175, so that should be good. We should be able to breach that gap easily. Well, let's actually start building this Foresters Lodge. But before that, let's I don't think we actually set up a road here. So let's do that first. Build a road. Roughly there. Let's move it into the right spot. Something like that. Now you can remain there. Let's take this stockpile right here. 6 by 8. And once this stockpile is finished, we can start the construction of the Foresters Lodge. 4 laborers, 1 builder. Okay, now I'm a little bit more comfortable. Also, because we won't be needing to stock the trading post here with firewood, that's gonna increase our total firewood supply, but we're gonna need it too in the fuel refinery. So let's produce furnace fuel. Let's take this mine and take that furnace fuel and turn it into iron. And let's have 1 person work there for now. Stockpile is done. That's good. So we can have you build 2. We still have this one. Not a real need to have someone work there. Not at the moment, at least. You don't have firewood yet. That's gonna sort itself out in no time. Let's actually build a small stockpile here as well. Just a general purpose one. Where we can stock some fuel, maybe some coal. It's gonna be close by. So yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable here. We were able to survive the nastiness that was caused by the tornado. We were actually able to rebuild, I think perhaps in the same episode or the episode afterwards, so that's good. We have had a few hiccups in terms of education, but that's okay. We were able to purchase wheat, which is good. So that's gonna at least, well, help us not run out of food. Another trader here. No, thank you, sir. Not right now. We need more people. And we need more crop fields. So yeah, the purchasing of the wheat really put a lock on the food, hopefully. Clothing is taken off too, because we have our cotton fields operational. Food, yeah, it's going really strong, and we're not even employing all the people that we have. We still have plenty of crop fields left, so food should not be a great issue, hopefully. We do still need to turn up the, let's say, variety of foods here, because they're basically living off, let's see here, sorghum, we have some olives right there, and hardtack. So that's only going to be 3 different types of food that they have. They also have some bison meat right there, but that's not going to be enough. We're going to need more sources of food. So yeah, I'm thinking here, we could use this for this area. Could support a lot more. Maybe use this right area to add some other types of food here. Let's think about that. Let's see, our iron is finally picking up, our clothes are taking off. That's good. Yeah, that's real nice. So, assuming that we put this this whole area here, can we extend it? We can actually. Let's see to where we can draw this. 8 19. Yeah, it will be in range somewhat of this Forester's Lodge, but we can still move it a little bit farther south. So yeah, I'd rather have this whole corner here producing wheat. Perhaps even move this one. This water mill right there. Well, it has a storage barn pretty close by. And whatever we produce in terms of wheat right here can be stored in the storage barn right there. And then can be used in this water mill. So all these crop fields producing wheat will be fully utilizing these 2 water mills here. And then let's just build bakeries to make sure that we can use all that wheat. Or flour rather, and turn it into an actual edible. That leaves us with this part. It's only a few blocks. Perhaps 2 really large pastures with Frisian cows. That should produce a lot of milk. That's interesting. So 1 right here, 1 right here. Maybe 1 right here and 1 right there. Should we commit? I'm thinking we should. We could really use the milk. Especially if we have so many bakeries. So maybe 1 like this. Maybe 1 like this. Yeah. Llamas. Okay. What should we do here? We can put in an order for Frisian cows. They will be very, very expensive. And we can't trade it right now anyway because we won't have enough clothing. Let's dismiss you for now. Let's assign more people here. So it's winter, that's good. Are we looking good on cotton? Yes, we are looking good on cotton. That means that we can add 1 person right here to the weavers. And let's have you produce cotton anyway. Let's pick these weavers up. And let's start producing that too. Or at least constructing the building. And then hopefully this tailor will be able to catch up. 28 full coats here, yeah, so that should be able to produce a lot of clothing. Alright, 4 iron. Where are we at in terms of iron ore? 167. Yeah, let's switch over right now. And let's add 1 more person to work right there. Check our home situation. 2519. So yeah, that's catching up. We're pretty comfortable on food. We're pretty comfortable on firewood. Someone was cold just now. That's off-putting. And we should be good on tools too. Especially on clothing too, but that's not going to be a real necessity. So with that said, let's start building some homes here. We do have a lot of stone, so that might give us the opportunity to start building stone homes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll have some positions close by where they can live, and also start preparing for this coal mine too. More laborers, it's real good. Let's see here, let's add, well, let's go crazy here, let's add 2 people there. Wait, you do not need to work there, so that's gonna fill up this one. That's pretty good. You are ready. Set up right there. So let's see, now that we're so comfortable on food here, that's give me a little bit of confidence right there. So what's flour looking like? Yeah, let's add 1 more baker. And I'm thinking that eventually I want to remove this building too, as well as the well. That sounded weird. But that means that I could also add a few more homes here. Let's slow down the game just a tiny bit. Let's create those pastures first. Another trader. That is way too big now. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Let's check the trader first. Lots of seeds. Well, apricots are pretty cool. Apricots are actually real cool. That's gonna be 2 birds in 1 stone. Okay. I'm changing my mind every few seconds here. Well, we can't trade it for anything right now anyway. Darn it. Okay. Dismiss. Let's start up the game. Should we have apricots or should we have pastures for Frisian cows here? So yeah, apricots is gonna give us some fruit cake. But if we make butter and cheese, that's gonna require milk, but they'll give us 2 options instead of just 1 here with the fruit cake. Also, butter and cheese are edibles all by themselves, as well as milk. So yeah, let's make pastures. How do I want to do that? Well, I definitely want to try out splitting of the herd thing. So that means I'm going to have to build a pasture that can at least hold 20 animals. So let's see here. Let's move to 5x. That's not going to be too big of a problem. Perhaps something like this, 14 by 30. By 8. Yeah, let's do it like that. We'll have a little bit of a slot right here, but perhaps that's going to allow us to build a few wells right here. Yeah, that seems about right. And let's build one right here too. Something like that. Okay. Let's make a nice row right there for stockpiles, as well as one here. There we go. 2 big pastures to aid in our milk production. Okay. Woodcutter died of old age, but we did have someone to replace that person, so that's good stuff. Oh, and it seems that we're out of time here. So, yeah, we got quite a bit done here. And we are securing our position in terms of clothing. Now we have the cotton. It's going to be a little bit more sustainable. We have our mine working here. And also focusing on iron instead of iron ore. So that's going to be good for our tools here, as well as upgrade them. Good stuff. We have our wheat operational. We have plenty of room in our watermill, and we added 1 more baker here. So yeah, we're moving in the right direction. Looks good. So I'd like to thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and also hopefully see you in the next episode. Thank you.